Hello there. Thank you very much for joining me, Nivedna Prabhu, on this Mirror Now special. When you think of the Cricket World Cup, which is the first fixture you check? Of course, no surprises for guessing. It is India versus Pakistan. Yes, the mother of all battles, the D-Day, the big battle is here as India is set to lock horns with Pakistan at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Gujarat in the ICC ODI World Cup 2023 at 2 p.m. Now, over 1 billion people cheering and glued to their TV sets. Men in blue versus men in green. A visual that every cricket fan looks forward to. Now, keeping aside the off-field issues, this cracker of a contest is the match that unites all fans. From the north to the south, everyone is gearing up to cheer for India. But also, ahead of the high-octane clash, the Gujarat police have deployed drones to monitor a radius of 5 kilometers from the stadium to avert any untoward activities. Now, while predictions and excitement is in the air, this clash will be crucial, as Pakistan has not toured India since 2016, which means for the first time in 7 years, these two rivals will play each other on Indian soil in the opening stages of the Cricket World Cup, which India is hosting.
इंडिया ने जैसे 7 बार ऑलरेडी पाकिस्तान को वर्ल्ड कप में हरा रखा, वनडे वर्ल्ड कप में, तो ये 8वीं बार है, तो मैं 8 का वेट है इस बार। हर बार की तरह इस बार भी विराट से सेंचुरी एक्सपेक्ट है हम लोगों को।
जहां तक अभी अपन पिछले मैच देख रहे हैं, इंडिया का चैंपियन की तरह खेल रही है और मुझे नहीं लगता कि जो पाकिस्तान के साथ अभी मैच होने वाला है तो पाकिस्तान टीम टिक पाएगी।
रोहित शर्मा तो ऑलवेज ग्रेट है सर, जो उसके सिक्सर जो मारता है वो बहुत ही मतलब लाजवाब होते हैं, उनका तो कोई मुकाबला ही नहीं है सर। जैसा कि आपको पता है कि पिछले मैच में उन्होंने इंटरनेशनल में सबसे ज्यादा छक्के लगाने वाले प्लेयर बने हैं सर।
पिछला मैच भी हुआ था, वो इंडिया ने ही जीता, तो ऐसे तो लगता है कि इंडिया ही जीतेगा।
Let's also listen in to what the captains of both the team have to say ahead of this high-octane clash.
It's a massive game, but for us, what is important is, we are playing an opposition tomorrow, which will be quality. So we just got to, come against a quality opposition and play good cricket, which we've done in the last 2 games. And hopefully we can again, show some consistency in our performance and play good game of cricket.
India Pakistan match is big game, is high intensity game, so बस यही बोला है कि give us best opportunity, अपना दो जो बेस्ट है आपका, जो आप करते आए हो, जो हमारा बिलीव है एज अ प्लेयर, एज अ टीम, हम उसको एग्जीक्यूट करेंगे प्लान्स, और मेन चीज़ है प्लान एग्जीक्यूट करें और बिलीव रखें। बिल्कुल अहमदाबाद काफ़ी बड़ा स्टेडियम है और काफ़ी फैंस लोग आ रहे हैं, तो ये हमारे लिए एक गोल्डन अपॉर्चुनिटी है कि फैंस के सामने अच्छा परफॉर्म करें और हीरो बने।
Well, both the captains, of course, look confident. But viewers, let me tell you, every time India and Pakistan have clashed at the ODI World Cup, India has clearly dominated Pakistan. I mean, just look at these numbers from 1992 to 2019. The men in blue have clinched every match. And 2023 too, India looks like a team that is ready to roar. But of course, you cannot rule out Pakistan's lineup. Now, in the clash of cricket, it's always the player battle. It's that add the flavor to a mouth-watering clash, isn't it? Now, India's skipper Rohit Sharma has struggled against Shaheen Shah Afridi's left-arm pace in the few outings the two teams have had in recent times, while Virat's challenge against Harris Shroff will be an exciting player battle to say. Now, Jasprit Bumrah experienced Babar Azam's ability. Remember the 2021 T20 World Cup in the UAE when Pakistan, of course, decimated India. But do not forget, many Indian spinners pose some serious challenges to Mohammad Rizwan. Well, we have given you a lowdown of what to look forward to. But as everybody think, is Barbie India jeetega? Well, I'll be taking that across to my guests who join me on the show. Arshad Ayub, former Indian cricketer, Chandrasekhar Luthra, senior sports journalist, and Nikhil Sharma, sports commentator and author. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Mirror Now. Ayub, let me come to you. Both the teams look solid on paper. This is the biggest stage, and India has always, of course, dominated in the ODI World Cup against Pakistan. But what is your analysis of the teams, especially in Indian conditions?
India is much more balanced, as I can see that, because our spinners are much better than their spinners. Although They have got decent pace attack, but they will be struggling a bit as far as the spinners are concerned. And batting wise, they do have a few good players in them, but I think the form which our players are, Rohit, Virat, even Shreyas has got into form now, and Shubman Gill getting into the side. I think this will be a really tough for Pakistan. And I think India has got a really good chance to, put up a good total, or even if they're bowling first, I think they have got a good side to bowl them out or to restrict them for a, probably around 270 total. So because the wicket is really good in Ahmedabad, what we have seen is that there has been it has been a batting paradise. So I think the both sides have got definitely the elements of good batting as well as good bowling. But I think India does seems to have a bigger advantage on Pakistan, and plus the pressure of World Cup, where India has been beating Pakistan consistently. So I think that way I'm looking at a good match, but I think I feel that India has
Okay.
got a much bigger edge on Pakistan.
All right, Arshad, as you make those opening comments, of course, unanimously, what everybody is, of course, stating is that India is going to be clinching this one for the 8th time as well. But Nikhil, you already have a big smile on your face. But what I want to ask you is that it could be any team that clashes at the World Cup stage. But the excitement is the most for an India-Pakistan match. What is it about the clash that makes it so exciting?
Well, Nivedna, there's a huge history with both the countries going forward. It's the same if it was the World Cup was being held in England. England was playing Australia, but India Pakistan has always been special. There's a lot of emotion that's attached to the game, and that it's basically the cynosure of all eyes as far as the World Cup is concerned. This game till the time we move into the semis and the finals. And if we'd be very lucky if India and Pakistan clash again in either the semis or the finals again. But it's a balanced game. Yes, hangs in the balance for India. We possibly have a slight advantage going into the game tomorrow. However, it's not as one-sided as one may want to believe. We do think, do think India has the upper hand, but just about. Pakistan is a good side. Both of them have won 2 games. Pakistan have had one relatively easy game, and then that cliffhanger versus Sri Lanka, whereas India had an initial hiccup against Australia before Virat Kohli and KL Rahul took us home. The second game, of course, I think Afghanistan got overwrought by the occasion and the pitch a little bit too much, played right into the hands of Rohit Sharma, and he batted brilliantly. But it'll be a test. It'll surely be a test. Pakistan has had their bowlers in a slightly good form. Whether it's Hassan Ali, whether it's Haris Rauf, both of them have been in wickets as well. So let's see. The tie is going to be supremely exciting, and hopefully India come out good in the tie. Nivedna?
Absolutely. And India has, of course, started off their World Cup campaign also on an essentially great note. Chandrasekhar, coming to you, they will, of course, look to keep the momentum going. But the batters in question, of course, Nikhil just spoke about how brilliantly KL Rahul, Rohit also did perform. But in your opinion, what is a match-winning combination that India should definitely go with to decimate Pakistan?
Well, I think India are on a very, very solid pitch, not just a batting paradise of Ahmedabad, but also look at the situation. I think for the first time in the cricket history, it will be the first time that no Pakistani fans or fans of other team, the opponent team, has been allowed to come and watch the game of cricket. I mean, I'm quite upset over this issue because India and Pakistan is bigger than the Ashes. India and Pakistan means, money, the complete money spinning, game. But despite everything, that we are signatory of the ICC charter and we are part of the ICC, and as a host country, we cannot refuse any visas to the opponents. So for the first time, I think nobody has thought about this situation, and it could be the first time. And also, it could be a situation where if Pakistan does well, where are they going to celebrate? just 11 of them or the 16 of them, celebrating their, because otherwise 1 lakh or maybe 20,000 people, they will be it could be a completely hostile crowd. But I know as a cricket lover, I know as a cricket commentator, that India has always welcomed Pakistani cricketers. We love them. We love the kind of cricket they
Yes,
play.
and you can see
But
the visuals
as
on your
far as the
screens as
political,
well as to how
yes,
the Pakistan team was welcomed. Sorry, I didn't mean to
no,
interject you. Go ahead.
no, I mean, we all know that, but overall, go and play in Karachi, and where there is no Indian cricket fan there, can you celebrate there? I mean, it would be a very, very hostile situation for them. But yes, on paper, they both are very equally, I say equal teams. Both have a very good, solid bowling department, but it is only a matter of keeping their nerves. India have been batting so well. Indian top order has been, scoring runs. But it will be on Pakistani captain. I think Rizwan has done well. Their opener has done well. They have scored centuries. But Babar Azam has to score. He has to fire. If they have to come close to India, if they have to beat India, obviously it has to be, Babar Azam combining with other players. Otherwise, I think India is any day a better proposition or has a better chance against Pakistan.
All right, Chandrasekhar, as you make those pertaining remarks as well, are you coming to you about this? Of course, the home crowd for India is one aspect of it. But what I would essentially want to ask you is about the Indian team having many X factors, right? The Indian bowling that is there, a lot of people are of the opinion it should be Shami over Siraj because the deck in Ahmedabad won't offer significant assistance to the spinners. But so do you think India would go with four seamers like they did with the same opponent in the Asia Cup? What is your takeaway from that?
Well, I think Indian...
that they should, because Harding being in the side, I think, that will be an advantage. But I still feel that India should go with three spinners because that will give them a little extra advantage.
Right.
And since the matches are happening in Ahmedabad, so they'll be wear and tear, and they will get some spinners will get some grip on the wicket, and that I think India can utilize that, and probably it'll help India to get some extra wickets which they require at the beginning of the innings. So I think in my opinion they should play extra spinner rather than an extra fast bowler. Although Sami has been ignored for some time. This is a very important game, and I feel that if he's given a chance at this point of time, I think he can make a difference. I don't know who they can drop, but I think Sami can really make a big difference because he's a world-class player, and an important game. I think this could be the game where Sami should get a chance to play.
All right, talking about predictions as well, there's one thing that I was also telling you earlier about to all our viewers was about player battles. Nikhil, before we wrap up, I want to come to you. I'm looking forward to the Virat Kohli and Rof clash being one. But who do you think could really trouble the Indian side from the Pakistan's team?
Well, I do believe that Babar Azam is due a big, innings. So is Imamul Haq. Both of them so far haven't done really well. So those two are the ones that, if they decide to bat first, if they win the toss, I think any team that wins the toss on that pitch would like to bat first, put the runs on the table. And then it's always a tough chase. We've got to be mindful while Rohit Sharma did exceptionally well against Afghanistan. That was basically a team with not the quality of bowling that Pakistan have. Before that in the Australian game, we did struggle a tad bit losing those three early wickets. So Pakistan would always, want to put those runs onto the board. So I do believe those two up the order. Of course, they've had, two centurions as well in the previous game. But this is going to be a new game. I do believe that, Siraj should play. He's done really well in the last game in the Asia Cup against the Pakistanis. But Ashwin should be brought in. There was a green top at the Kotla, and I think that's what prompted inclusion of Shardul Thakur. But Ashwin should be back with the two left-arm spinners. That'll be a good balanced side. India doesn't have to worry too much, but if at all, it'll be those two batsmen
Okay.
that I'd like to see, come back into the thick of runs. Vedna?
All right, Nikhil. On that note, I want to thank you, Ayub and Chandrasekhar, for also joining us here on this Mirror Now special. Of course, we've all given our permutations and combinations. What is ultimately going to happen, we'll have to wait and watch. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here on Mirror Now. And with that, it's a wrap from me on this edition. Stay tuned to Mirror Now. News to continue.